That's... Seriously, you guys are running out of bodies.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something, and you're saying it's psychosomatic, so...
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
Alright. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Need someone else. Oh, this is a hard choice.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Alright.
That's all I can ask of you.
Chaotic good. That's what I tried to be, but I'm more like chaotic evil. 9 times out of 10. I kind of just do whatever the hell I want. Your AI's fucked up. Mock apple cider. Any reason you can't?
Only the part that...
So you're fine with me just barging in and walking up and taking all your shit? Oh, how you doing?
I don't know you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm glad that everyone's friendly and welcoming to everyone in this town. It's great.
We don't welcome trouble. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
And what a fine establishment it is.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately.
Oh my god,
I can get you a drink if you'd like.
tiles.
Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
Oh my god, scrubbing tile. Oh. So I have a job. I work at Baskin Robbins. I remember that we were doing something for inspection day. We really had to pass this inspection, and oh my god, we spent a good 3 or 4 hours scrubbing those stupid tiles, and the stuff that gets in between those stupid tiles. We had to take all of the shelves that had all of our stock in it, take it outside, and then scrub every little bit with like this really tough bristle thing. And keep in mind, there's like 2 of us there, so it took us like almost our entire shift and the shift afterwards for the other people to scrub every last tile so it was squeaky clean. That takes forever. I don't know how you managed to do that without pulling all your hair out, especially when this is obviously an active establishment. It took me forever to do the back, let alone the front. That's insane. But that's just me doing retail work and all. No, honestly, I think everyone should, at one point or another, have to do retail work. Because it builds character and shows you not to be a total douchebag to the people that are, you're serving, because, they hate their job too. We're getting paid minimum wage, and we hate our job. So, all I can say is, if you think you're having a bad day, you have no idea what we're going through. But what about these deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I can't really blame them all the time, but I just feel like chatting.
Go ahead.
You know anything about the Hope?
The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
Wow. Yes, it has been 70 years. Everyone forgets about everything. And you don't really have enough old folk to tell you stories about the good old days. Maybe that's how they wanted it, but... Yeah, I'm not talking about a drink. I'm from the Hope, that's a bit too much information. Means you never heard of anybody from the Hope.
Yeah, I got vague recollections of some folklore about a mysterious colony ship.
Not folklore. I guess I'm telling her anyway. I'm from there. Honestly, surprised you haven't really heard of us.
You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed?
I'm not drunk. I just want to know if anyone else made it off.
Then pretend you're drunk. Sober folk don't talk the way you are. Not unless they're looking for a trip to Tartarus. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it.
You sound scared.
Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
Alright, fine. This place is really fucked up. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has any sense of balls in this place, and that really pisses me off.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
I know how you feel.
Somebody's gotta have some balls in this place. Where's the American spirit? I mean, I'm American, so I guess that's just me. Exactly. Why? Why are there rats inside of a sick house? Rooting the dead, though.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
You know, this place requires more open air, maybe some humidifiers or something. I mean, like, yeah, it's something, maybe some heating pads or, like, I don't know. There's got to be something, some better treatment than at least enough beds so you can lay down and take a nap. You know, even if you don't want to do anything, it's better for whatever. I go where I want. I don't care.
Hey, keep it down. That kind of talk's bound to put sights on the both of us. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I'm gonna be in and out of here before, but I don't care. What's going on?
Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for everyone's sake. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
You probably just have a cold. So, I have some training. I can probably patch you up.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
Look, you obviously need help. I can patch you up. This is probably just a common cold. Just drink some water and shit. Go down, sit down, take a break for like a couple days, maybe a week, drink a lot of water and pee it out. Or poop it out, it doesn't matter. Gonna have to eat rice porridge for a little bit, but sounds like you don't have anything but salt tuna, but maybe stay away from the solid foods for a bit. Maybe just water for a little bit. I don't know. Not an amazing doctor, or more like a field medic, but you know, you obviously need help, so...
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
That's ironic, because overworking usually causes you to get sick even more. I mean, it's very common to get sick if you work yourself to the bone. I mean, I've done that before. Back in college, man, I spent fucking weeks on programming projects just staying up late, and I ended up crashing and burning and getting sick afterwards because I spent so many nights not sleeping and being fueled by Red Bull and coffee. That's not correct. You get sick because of biological things. Like, I don't know, like eating your own poop or something like that. Or just your body gets too tired. All you need is some rest and you'll be fine. I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Alright. Why are the things I'm saying so seditious? It's quite simple. And even the bed layout's wrong. There's all this trash everywhere. And they gotta haul the bodies out. Like, haul the bodies out, idiot. I don't know. It's probably just me. I'm just me. Here to fuck up your day. Lost and found. One left. Unscheduled amputation. Yeah, I think that's just called you made faulty machinery, idiot. Ugh. Morons. Let me just save the game before I get caught. So you're not gonna do anything. Alright, sir. How you doing?
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Whatever you say, Sarge. What are you babbling about?
The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
What?
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals.
I'm not stupid.
Creatures
I'm just
forged
confused.
in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising.
I think they're
When the
just
swarms of
malfunctioning.
mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
If you need a gun, I can help.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Alright. Why was pay enlistment fees?
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
That's good because I couldn't fucking I couldn't join the army if I tried. I actually tried out trying to join the Marines, but because of mental health issues, they said no. That's the whole story. It's just I got rejected. I still don't know what I want to do in life. I'm stuck in kind of a loop and I'm just kind of doing this for fun. See if people like it. But yeah, I spent most of my life not knowing what I wanted to do. I did done nothing but work, and now that I have a bunch of free time in my hands, I'm just having fun playing video games, learning to draw, playing my trombone a lot, petting my dog, you know, just having a great old time. And I'm kind of lost without 1,001 things to do all the time. Most of my life's just been that, so I tried to join the army just to try to figure it out, you know, try to get a clearer path to what I was going to do, and it would help pay with my college, but it's not an option for me. I'm kind of sad it isn't. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on this tangent. What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Okay, sure. If I'm going after this mech scout, I could use a couple pointers.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Square bluey. Got it. Celia sent me. He says you owe him grave fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
I got a question for you. I'm not gonna
Go on.
steal from this guy. What do you do here?
I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Hold on, I need to cut this part out. I gotta see why I can't, sell stuff. Oh, I need to get my hack skill above 20. I got a question for you.
Go on.
What do you do against the mechanicals?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
I'm pretty sure what that they're supposed to do, but honestly, the mechanicals in these worlds are pretty non-complex, so I'm not sure we have that much to worry about. We're not gonna start Skynet, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're programmed to do.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us.
He's not wrong.
First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
That's not wrong.
Go on.
Whatever. Kill you. Obviously. Phyllis, how you doing?
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I guess you're the foreman?
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes, or right away, or thank you.
I'm here to collect gravesite fees.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
Alright, these papers ain't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh, fuck, that's why. Huh. Okay. So that's why. Thank you for paying that guy's fees. I misjudged you.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
He said him shot himself. What are they gonna use? A spacer choice? It's gonna take 5 shots.
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
I'm surprised it took more than 1 shot. I mean, it took just 1 shot. Those things are unreliable, take so much munition, and they don't kill anything. That's tough, losing a family.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you say he was closest living relative?
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
I mean, technically, suicide's illegal, but what are they gonna do? Kill you? If you successfully commit suicide and the punishment is death? It's kind of stupid. Whatever they're gonna do. What are they gonna do? Arrest a corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If a person dies under company policy because of incompetence and or neglect, and or specifically to kill that person, you have to pay for it? Isn't that the company's problem?
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Alright, I'll let you get back to work. Yeah, not really seeing the reason to join the corporatists at this point. Really not figuring out really thinking it's not a good idea. Considering this is what they're willing to do with their own people. It's not really living, to be honest. It's dying slowly.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
Alright, you
Physical
bleach blonde.
hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
It's godliness. It's godliness. But I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards.
Oh my god.
You will also
they have a
report to
dress
me
code.
in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild.
Can I push my fist
I don't
through your
approve of
face?
fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Your vicar?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
Like every good man of God. Whatever, you don't seem to like him very much.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Fair enough. I got some questions.
Go ahead.
Seem pretty enthusiastic about this place, considering it's a shithole.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
Symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Food poisoning or cold?
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
That's toxic. But that's just me. Are you sure this isn't a fantasy setting? Because that sounds like some voodoo magic bullshit right there. Well, why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Person who sucked the company manager's dick. Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Celia sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You're broke.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Don't be so hard on yourself, man.
I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell
Figuratively and
Silas
literally.
I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on. Medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment.
Luck.
Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
I just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Gold teeth.
You know about Eugene? How?
It's none of your business.
You probably heard it from one of our local gossip mongers. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
Probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Look, you're probably gonna have to. It sounds disgusting, but I don't think there's a way out of here.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
So, why'd he kill himself?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
So the town never had to pay a penalty.
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide,